Hi everyone, in this video I'll show you how to solve a logarithmic equation like this. So we have log of x plus log of the quantity x plus 9 equals 1. And so we need to use one of our properties of logarithms to solve this. So the one we're going to use is this one, that the log of a product equals the sum of the logs of each factor. So here we have these two expressions. So that's a sum of logs. We can rewrite that as a log of the products. So log of x times the quantity x plus 9 equals 1. And then I'll distribute this x over the quantity x plus 9. And then I get log of the quantity x squared plus 9x equals 1. Now remember, when we write a log expression and we don't write a base here, that means we're in base 10. We're using base 10. So you can almost imagine a little 10 right there. So now we can rewrite this log expression as an exponential expression. So we're going to use this property that says the log base b of some quantity a equals x, means that we can rewrite that as b to the x equals a, which we have over here, b to the x equals a. So we can say 10 to the first power equals whatever's in here, which is x squared plus 9x. So at this point, we want to get everything on one side of the equation. So we'll subtract 10 from both sides, and that gives us x squared plus 9x minus 10 equals 0. And this is an expression that's going to factor. So we have a nice quadratic here, so we can factor it. So here I'll put x and x to give me that x times x for x squared there. And then the factors of 10 would be 1 times 10, 2 times 5, and that's it. And it's going to be 1 and 10 are my factors. So I'll have a 10 and a 1. And the signs have to be different because that's a negative sign. So the 10 will be positive, the 1 will be negative because we've got a positive 9 here, so that means this number has to be positive. All right, now we solve for x. X equals 1 or x equals negative 10. Now, very important, we have to check in our original equation. So we come back up here and let's check x equals 1. So log of 1 plus log of 1 plus 9 equals 1. Question mark. So 10 to the what power would give me 1? Well, 10 to the 0 power. Plus, okay, this would be 10, and here log base 10 of 10 would be 1. So 0 plus 1 equals 1. So that solution is good. Let's check x equals negative 10. All right, so I just start substituting that in, and right away I see a problem. I'm not even going to have to, I don't even need to write this much out because right off the bat we have a negative 10 right here, and this won't be a solution. Nope. Because no logs of negative numbers or 0, so we had a negative there. So our final solution for this one is x equals 1. So a couple things I want to point out before we wrap up. One thing is to be sure to use the properties of logs so that you don't try to add these quantities. You have to use this property to change it from a sum of logs to a product of logs. So notice all these properties can go both directions. You can use it, the property this direction to break up a product or break up a quotient or the power rule, or go the other way to rewrite the expression in a way that's going to help you solve whatever equation you're working with. Another thing, sometimes people get stuck here. They'll see x squared plus 9x is 10. Then they try to factor the x back out. But when you have a squared term and a middle term and a constant, you're going to want to convert it to this quadratic and then factor it. And then the last thing, of course, is be sure to check your solutions, because a lot of people will get to this step and stop, and then they'll get the problem wrong because they forget about no logs of negative numbers. So you must go back and plug each one into the original, plug the first number in for everywhere you see an x, check that all the way through, and decide if that works. In this case, x equals 1 worked. And then we check the other number, so you plug that back into the original equation everywhere you see an x. And so for checking, that's another thing that can confuse people, is sometimes people think they plug one answer in one place and one answer in another place, and that's not how it works. You want to check each thing individually, like as if that was your only answer, plug it in everywhere you see an x and work it all the way through and see what happens. And then after you've determined the validity of one answer, check another answer, then plug that in all the way through. All right, and remember, no logs of negative numbers or 0. If you have any questions you'd like to see or examples you'd like to see on this channel, please leave a note in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.